Hello, everyone. My name is Joe Martinez, and I'm with Granular. I'm here today for SEMrush to go over the display advertising tool. I hope you take away some cool tips on what you can use to really look at your competitors or maybe even your own campaigns, and then find some little nuggets right there to really make an impact on how you are going to build your awareness campaigns within your PPC accounts. So if you want to head over to Domain Analytics, which I have pulled up, and right under there, I have it highlighted. We have the display advertising tool. I'm just going to pick one of the last accounts that I checked. So when we see the advertiser, Grammarly.com. I just full note, they are not a client. They are not a competitor of any of my clients. I'm just using this purely as an example. All right, so we see an overview of what Grammarly is doing with their display advertising that we can capture when we use SEMrush. So we can see overall everything we have up here between the location, where they are running their display ads. We see what devices that they're on, and then we can look at a few different periods of time on when these ads were running, but we can also see that right below here of when they started and when the last time that we've captured some of their display advertising. So everything you see up top in the menu, we're actually going to get a pretty good overview on the rundown that we can scroll through, and I just want to kind of go through some of my favorite features. We have the ad trend, which is pretty straightforward. Something that's interesting itself is the display ads by country. So you can look to see if you can look into your own AdWords accounts and pretty much see where you're running. But if you really want to do a competitor analysis of where your competitors might be running their display ads to kind of know what other markets that they're hitting, we can look at that by country and see the percentage of where we're capturing those display advertisements to give you an idea of how much reach your competitors actually have. Looking at particular devices, you can really see if your competitors are really pushing mobile, which hopefully you are. And then by then we can also segment that by the ad type so we can kind of see what creatives those users are using for the device. Some of the stuff that we're going to go down here, I want to go back up so we can go through these one by one. But everything I'm going to run through, you can really get some quick overviews right here on this tab. One of the things that I like to look at first are what ads are my competitors running. All right, so we can look particularly, and I'm going to get a snapshot of all the different ad sizes that we can capture. I personally like to segment by the last time the ad was seen, so I can get some of the more recent ads. And then if you look over to the right a little bit, we do see the countries of where these ads are being run. So that's pretty cool. So we can look at the message of what your competitors are really pushing. You know, how are they putting their brand in front of all of their users? And you can see, I don't recommend going to use this to try to copy what your competitors are doing. It's good for awareness to know where they stand in the marketplace, and then you can compare it to see what you're doing within the marketplace. So we can use this by looking at those particular ads, and we can segment that out by your particular media ads, your HTML ads, and then your text display ads, and we can see, really what Grammarly specifically is going after and the quantities of the different ad types that they're using to reach their audience. So that's an awesome tool that we can check out. Another thing I like to use, and I'm going to skip over the landing pages one, which is in beta right now. Actually, I'll touch it really, really quick. So we can look at particularly where Grammarly are sending their users. And this could be really good for competitor analysis. If you're not finding their display ads out there, we can see if they're sending users to the regular website or if they're using dedicated landing pages and how they might be segmenting their audiences. So this is still in beta. We can't really export this out, but keep in mind as this tool gets flushed out that we'll get more features. But what I really want to talk about are the publishers. Now, this is a really cool way to see, where are the ads for Grammarly being shown. We really can't tell right now, particularly how they're doing these targetings, if it's going to be more topic targeting or if they're doing exact placements. But for that reason, if I'm seeing a huge quantity and a lot of their ads particularly are going on specific websites, we can go and export all these different URLs of where this referral and this publisher list is coming from. So if you're finding that there's ads that are also relevant to your company, you might want to say, okay, well, if Grammarly is going to be there a lot, maybe I should be there too. And then you can research within the Google Display Network to see if these URLs offer direct placements. It's going to give you a good opportunity to have a very specific reach to where your competitors might be. And that I found to be one of the most extremely valuable tools. And we can also see, if you want to, let's just go to the first one right up top. We can click, and then we'll have a preview of what these URLs are to really find out if it really makes sense to be there for your business. I mean, if this is Grammarly, we're talking about words in the world, language of the day. This really ties into what Grammarly does. So this tool can be really helpful to find out not only where your competitors are, but maybe just give you new ideas of what you want to do for any of your other campaigns. And even if you're not really focused on your competitors, you can use this as a really good research tool. So I personally have really liked to use the display advertising tool to expand upon my reach. and really look at what my competitors are doing, but also how I can improve my own campaigns to really boost my awareness, expand my reach, but also make sure that I have some data to back up that I'm hitting my targeted audience to really make an impact on what I'm doing with display. Again, I'm Joe Martinez for SEMrush, and I hope you check out the display advertising tool. Thank you.